bone by bone. Slide the feet in so they're closer to the bum and in line with your hips here. And then you're gonna take both weights, placing them on the hips. Lots of moans and groans from my dog today, as if he's doing it with us. From here, you're gonna start to tuck through the tail, rolling up bone by bone, and then sink through the chest, rolling down. Okay, a little spinal mobility. We start to tuck through the tail, rolling up, and then roll down bone by bone. Up, and then down. A few more like this. Of course, getting the glutes activated, but we're also thinking just a little bit release from all that core stability we did. Getting the spine moving, recentering, finding our alignment in this new position. Last one for me, you're going to roll up. You find your neutral at the top. There's a little dip in the lower back. I want you to take the one weight over so that both weights are on one hip now, and the free arm can go out to your side to a V. We're just gonna dip the hips down and lift. It's a neutral bridge. So your hips and your ribs, they dip as one unit. Dip and lift. There's no rolling through the spine anymore. We're back to that core stability component. And it's a little more challenging on these extremities, our lower body versus core. When we do it like this. However, we have this added imbalance of having the weights on one hip only, and your core has to fight to keep them level despite this 10-pound difference. Drop and lift. Last one. And hold at the top. Now you're just gonna dip the hip with the weights and lift it back up center. So it's very tiny dip and lift. You're creating a twist as you dip that hip and pressing through the same side heel to lift you back up. So you press through the heel to lift the hip back up. You'll feel the glute engage there on that side. As we dip the hip, the knees don't change. You can always take a ball in between the knees for this one. Can help you tap into that. Give me 2. Think pressing that heel in. We're gonna use that as our stabilizing leg in a moment. Last one. Heel presses in. You hold that heel press. Other foot hovers. You send it out long, back in. Dip the hips, single leg bridge. Maybe we add a flex of the foot. Dip, press, lift, out, in, lower the bum, you press through that heel. It's a continuation of the burn on that side. While getting a little extra, you feel that press out of the glute as the leg extends. Ooh. And lower, lift. Let's do 2 more. Lower, lift. Last one. Lower, lift, hold, tiny pulses. Up, up, up. Just give me 4 and 3 and 2 and 1 and lower it on down. Holy smokes. Whew, you're gonna allow yourself to come into a little butterfly for a moment, maybe flutter it out. And then if you'd like, that leg that was doing all the work is gonna come on top, finding your figure 4 stretch here. Just releasing for a moment before we have to do the other side. Okay. And then return the feet back in line with your hips. We're just gonna start with a few of the articulated bridges here. So you start to roll up bone by bone and then roll down. Okay, one glute's gonna definitely feel more tired than the other. We will even that out. Just give me 2 more. Last one. You lift up, finding a little dip in the lower back, taking the weight onto the other hip now. We're gonna find our neutral bridge. You dip the hips, tap, and lift. Okay. Dip and lift. Tap and lift. So we're not rolling through the spine. Hips and ribs dip, and then they lift together. Here I want you to think pressing through both heels evenly, trying to keep the hips level despite this weight imbalance. Let's do 2 more. This is the part of the workout I find myself closing my eyes, really wanting to tap in and focus. We're holding at the top. One hip's gonna dip, the one with the weights, and then you press through the heel to bring it back up. So little pelvic tilt, and then lift. So that hip dips towards the mat, and then you lift. It's very small because I want you to keep your knees in line with each other as much as possible. Isolating, tiny little twist, lift. Really using this here to get you used to that sensation of the heel pressing into the mat. That's your anchor. That's how you find the most engagement. Ooh. Last one. Dip and lift. We hold that press of the heel into the mat. Other foot hovers. You press, extend it out, pull it in. Hips dip and lift. Press in. Dip and lift. Whew, already. Face is getting hot, heat's building. We're taking the slow and controlled press lift. Getting deep into the muscles here. Give me 4. This is 3. Press, kicking through the heel. And 2, I'm with you. Last 1, we hold tiny pulses up, 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 up. Give me 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Lower it on down. Oh my goodness. Woo, that was not easy. We're gonna take a quick butterfly. Just flutter it out for a second. Breathing. And then bring your legs back in. The leg that was just working, that had the weights, is gonna come on top, and you're gonna hold into your figure 4 pose for me. Breathing into the side bum, releasing. Amazing.